at first. You want to get up on this box?
Oh, whoa, that's intense.
Yeah, I'm standing on an apple box.
Hey guys, I know it's your boy, but introducing my new pet. I've been always seeing him by introducing my Bah! His name is Ramsey. We got from Joshua Toy.
Okay.
Say hi, Ramsey. He said hi to all of you. Hi. Hi. But you're supposed to say hi to Ramsey. Get it? Oh, a new challenger upstairs.
A new challenger? Who's your new challenger?
Eli.
Is he challenging you to something?
No, it's challenging Ramsey. Ramsey, attack!
Okay.
Oh, yeah, by the way, today's sponsor. Annie's. Not mac and cheese, but snacks.
Yes. Okay, welcome everyone. Got a few people here.
Excuse me.
Steph calling in from Australia. We've got Donald, we've got Krishna, Nicola, Christina. Okay.
Annie.
He's showing you your snacks again today, huh?
Yep. We got 2 kinds. Friends and tail bunnies. Our friends are like the tail bunnies. The friend one is like all the flavors combined into one.
Yeah. Hey, Mohammed. Hi, Elena.
Or Subway.
Okay.
Or Subway, who knows?
Okay.
Rich.
Now Eli's trying to copy Timmy on the little commercials.
Oh no.
Great. Okay. So why don't you guys go in the living room and play?
Yep.
Go in the living room and let Mama have some time with her friends.
No.
What hurt?
Your sparkly feet.
My sparklies hurt? I'm wearing some sparklies today. I don't know if you can see. It's like sequins. Hey, Lizzie.
Come on, Ramsey. Let's go now.
So how are you guys on this fabulous Sunday? Can you believe it's the end of the year? I keep trying to shake up my smoothie. When I don't put enough water in, it's just like, whoa. Oh, it's kind of spilling out. You can't really drink it because it's like thick like Jell-O. Oh.
Hey, Mom,
It's an interesting idea for a video.
Hey, Mom.
Someone just named.
Hey, Mom.
Hi, Corey. Thank you, Donald. Hi, Paradise Earth. Jacqueline. Yeah. Just put it underneath. Just go get a scissors. Go get a knife.
I'll be right back, guys.
Oh, we've got Ava from Scotland. 4 p.m. there. Oh, I hope you feel better soon. Steph, we got all say a prayer for Steph's health. She's having some health challenges right now. Okay, so let's talk. Just trying to find a place to set my smoothie down. Let's see. Are you ready for Super Mario Brothers? No, I'm not ready. Could anyone ever be ready for that? I don't know. Super Mario Brothers hitting theaters. Christina says, I missed the 2000s. What was going on in the 2000s that was so wonderful? Just curious. Got Dylan here. I thought I'd change up I'm normally on my green. Since I started moving into doing it in here, I started doing it against my green screen where I shoot my courses and stuff, but I was like, that's kind of a boring background, right? My brother painted this. My brother paints. I've got a few of his paintings. Oh, Nicola, you like the video where I came in as Aiden's mom at the end? Yeah, Rebecca and I did a little thing on her channel. Vote who's going to be the mean mom, and I was a nice one this time. I met somebody I was at a red carpet screening last night, and I got recognized from being on Dhar Mann, and I thought you would give him the other one since you like the cheddar ones.
But you don't want one.
Okay. But he can't read, so he doesn't know what these are. So he wouldn't know the difference.
It's cheddar.
Yeah, these are cheddar. Yep. What was my point? Oh, somebody recognized me from Dhar Mann, and they said, I like it when you play the mean characters. I don't like it when you play the nice ones. That's a good idea, Steph, finding some kind of hobby to distract you, because you don't want to be focused on dwelling on your issues and your pain and what's going on.
One last commercial break. Bobby, what does a tail bunny look like? It looks like this. He's hopping, and then this happened.
Happy,
And then that happened. Okay. All right. Living room. Go in the living
Bye,
room.
y'all.
Have a good day. Have a good day. I'll see you in an hour. Yes. My moderators right now are Jarrell and Nana. I'm going to switch them up every now and then. Not be stagnant and keep it the same all the time. Hi, Yanif. Okay, Derek is asking if my new book is out. It was supposed to be out this week. Ugh. No, I had some technical difficulties, so it might not be out till January now. Thank you for asking. Thank you for your patience. My You Are Worthy book. Hopefully. I said it was going to come out in August. I said it was going to come out in October. I said it was going to come out in November. And here I am just saying stuff that doesn't happen. But that's life sometimes, right? We can't get all upset and bent out of shape when things don't go the way we want them to. Because in truth, I'm just looking like, you guys are probably wondering, what's this box? This is bananas on it. I don't know if you see that. This is my homemade little audio booth. It's got the this special foam in it that makes it so it doesn't bounce off sound. So when I have to record a voiceover or audio, I just stick my head in my little banana box. I had it, yeah. I should cover it up because it looks pretty silly right now. And then keep the dust out of it. Okay. My friend left his brush here. So I'm shooting an online course right now for acting. This is my friend Tony's brush. His hairbrush. So I will keep you updated on that too. That will probably come out next year. You guys have some goals yet for next year? Steph says she's got to go to bed. It's 2 a.m. She just wanted to pop in and say hi. Okay, you guys, remember to say a prayer for Steph with her health issues she's trying to get figured out. Nicholas says it's hard to watch some of the Dhar Mann vids without tearing up. Yeah, some of them are pretty tear-jerking, I have to admit. Have you guys noticed, like, the music's getting more fun? Like, some of the montage sequences are using music with, like, lyrics, like they do regular movies. Let's see. Okay, so I want to talk to you guys today about, like, problems in life and what causes a lot of people problems and where it might stem from. So let me grab something. Do you guys have my book that came out? Did this come out last year? Or maybe this came out in 2020. I think this came out in 2020. Poetic Prescriptions for Pesky Problems. I'm going to be sharing a little something from here. And it's called Our Problems. Christina says, I will buy it. So this is, if you go to my website, which is poeticprescriptions.com, you will see all 3 of my books on there. Soon to be 4, Derek. Just not ready yet. It's not ready yet. I wanted to do some graphics. I wanted to add some graphics to it. So I had a graphic designer working on turning some of the quotes into graphics that would stand out more. Oh, thank you, Nicola. She aspires to be like Jovanna and me. That's the other thing I learned grammar too. Do I say I or do I say me? I'm learning. I just got a new grammar book I'm reading. I'm reading a bunch of books on writing. You know, when you find something that you want to do, it's a really good idea to take courses, learn about it, read books, study about it. I need to get better at grammar if I want to keep writing. I'm learning. I've got an important message and a lot of things I want to say and get across, but I have to write it in a way where I have proper sentence structure. Any of you guys ever struggle with that? Nicola, yes. Shaunte does do coaching. I'm not sure if Jovanna is doing coaching. She might be. But yes, Shaunte has been coaching a few people. She's been coaching specifically on the topic of acting. Yeah, but I'm sure she is doing a little life coaching too. But last I heard she was coaching on the topic of acting since that's what her new book is about. So that's kind of her topic right now. Let's see. I have no idea. You just gave me a laugh. Is it Gatoka? Telling me he prefers padded bras with Velcro strips. I have no idea what that has to do with anything, but thanks for sharing, I guess. Oh, you love the new Dhar Mann video with the grandmas? The end was so sweet. Yeah, I almost didn't do that one. I tried to like get out of doing that one. Did I have lipstick on my teeth? Oh, I thought so, but no. I tried to get out of doing that one because I woke up that morning with a sore throat and a cough. I had a hard time. They couldn't find somebody to replace me on such short notice, so I just decided to, they just wanted me to go, so I just kept to myself, quarantined a little, put a mask on when I wasn't shooting, and I was coughing, and I ruined, I don't know how many takes I ruined, because I'd be doing a take, and then I'd start coughing, and that was a rough one. It turned out cute, and I'm glad I did it, but it was rough. I was like constantly blowing my nose and coughing. I had a little cold, and I wasn't resting. I was on set. Let's see. English was Steph's best subject in school. Oh, I write poetry and short stories too. Poetry book. I'm going to share something from it today. Lizzie Terry said, I've heard so many good things about Japan. On the bucket list. Okay, everyone's talking about Japan. Yes, Anadit. Thank you for your input on what we should discuss. And there are kids on here, and sometimes people put inappropriate things, and we hopefully will delete them, or we shouldn't ignore them. Okay, Christina liked the styles of the 2000s. What specific style did you like? Oh, Nicholas says, I remember my learning and support teachers forced me to sing when I had a sore throat. Oh, Anna wants to know what I'm drinking today. Well, I have to add more water to it and thin it down because it's so thick. I can't really drink it. But it is a smoothie with bananas and mangoes and dragon fruit and cherries. Should be pretty good. It was when I made it yesterday, but it got so thick overnight that I have to thin it down to drink it. Orly's here. Good morning, Orly. Jarell is in the house. Yes, I'm sparkly today. I'm supposed to shoot. I keep getting stuck with these Sunday shoots. I don't normally like to shoot on Sundays, but it's a Christmas special and they're falling behind. And so I was like, I should wear something sparkly. Everyone's probably going to be wearing red or green or white. So I decided to try to wear like gold. Okay, so let's see. I got Y-Tram here. Lizzie Terry's talking about ramen. Oh, you're making me hungry. I love noodles. Derek says I should rest next time. I know, I tried. I called in. I tried to call in sick.
Mom, these are Hot Wheels.
Are they?
Yeah.
Cool.
These are Zoom.
Zoom. Hot Wheels go zoom. No strawberries today in my drink. No.
With my Hot Wheels Zoom.
Okay, so
Hey, let's do the Hot Wheels Zoom.
Okay, can you play Hot Wheels with Timmy right now? Mommy's on a, we've got, is it Julia? Julia J, good morning. All I want for Christmas is you. You like that Christmas song? That's the Mariah Carey one, right? Okay. Let's see. Sonic Fan says, I have autism, and how I like to keep myself relaxed is I turn on my LED lights and watch SpongeBob SquarePants. That's important. You guys have to have coping mechanisms. You have to have things that you can do that whatever you're dealing with, if you need to de-stress, if you have anxiety, if you have certain things that you know you're struggling with, depression, there's certain lights you can put on. Sometimes people have seasonal depression where they're not getting enough sunlight and it can make them down and depressed. Whatever you guys are struggling with, never give up until you find solutions, right? So always look for solutions to whatever you're dealing with and never just let it overtake you. So many people get sucked into their feelings and their emotions and they let it take control of them and they don't do anything about it and they think, well, I'm just in this funk or I'm just going through this thing and there's nothing I can do about it. So they just let it overtake them as if they have no choice in the matter. But we do. We always have a choice. So you've got to get on that. You've got to not just let something overtake you. If you don't like feeling in a funk, if you don't like having anxiety, if you're dealing with certain things, then don't let it crush you under the weight, but do something about it. Okay? So Ava says, I have autism and anxiety and I listen to music and I watch YouTube or Netflix and focus on things that interest me. It helps calm me down. Exactly. Whatever, always look for solutions and never stop till you find them. So kind of on topic, I'm talking about when we have problems in life. You guys talking about anxiety could be one of those problems, different things that we're struggling with. This poem I'm going to read is called Our Problems. Oh, thank you for the gift, Nicola. So this is me when I was going through feeling depressed. I was writing this and I realized where, for me, a lot of my problems were stemming from. And it was, well, you'll get to the end and you'll have the solution. I get depressed and void of hope. My thoughts then go astray. And then I realized that I forsook my time with God today. Oh, sure, I've read my Bible and I spouted a quick prayer. My heart is confident that the Spirit of God is there. Yet I'm lethargic and appeased. I need to get excited. My spirit and the Lord's must link, again become united. I know He's in my heart and He'll never go away, but caught in the tumult of this world, I often lose the fray. I must move quickly, not skip our close relationship. The longer that I'm gone, I slip and cannot hold my grip. When I commune with God, I have a more sure-footed traction. Then my desire to lie around gets replaced with action. And all the nonsensical ideas I have, like leeches on my brain, are ripped and thrown into the sea. They shrivel, and I'm sane. Come right into His circle. Don't just teeter round the rim. He's overcome the world, and so have we if we're in Him. The reason we have problems is away from God we've shoved. Our problems all arise because we don't think we're loved. I want you to think about that for a minute. Are some of the problems you're dealing with because you have pushed away from God? Is it because you're trying to handle everything on your own? Is it because you're trying to do it all by your own might and you are forgetting how much God loves you, how much He has sacrificed for you, how much He wants you to live the best and most blessed life? You forget that you're loved. And when you forget that you're loved, you think you're all on your own. You think you have to do it on your own and you're not as likely to reach out to God. You think, oh, I'm a mess. God doesn't want to hear from me now. I need to get myself together before I can go to God. And that's not true. He wants you to come to Him just the way you are. Whatever you're dealing with. Come as you are. You don't have to change. You don't have to be better. You don't have to be different. You don't have to get your act together. before you come to God. He's just there waiting like, come on, I want to help you with your anxiety. I want to help you with your depression. I want to help you with your disease. I want to help you with your sickness. I want to help you with your mindset. I want to help you with your school. Whatever has you concerned, God wants to help you with that. So we have to always be, of that mindset. And remember, even when you're struggling with problems, that doesn't mean God doesn't love you, because everybody on the planet Earth struggles with problems. Even rabbis and priests and pastors and Buddhist monks and, everyone, even spiritual people, have problems. And they struggle. And they come against roadblocks. And there's walls put in front of them. And, there's a great scripture in the Old Testament where it says, my walls are continually before you. Like, God sees our walls. He sees what's standing in our way. Whether it's our health issues, physical, mental health, whatever it is, he sees it. He's like, let me help you lighten the load. Let me take that from you. Right? Scripture tells us his burden is easy and his yoke is light. What is a yoke? That's something we don't talk about nowadays. Back in the old days, before there was machinery on the farm, there would be yokes. And a yoke is like this piece of wood that would hook two animals together. So maybe you'd have two donkeys pulling a cart, right? Or you'd have, I don't know what kind of animals. I have not done this kind of study on what kind of animals they used. But what I have read about is, for, let's say, one horse can pull maybe 200 pounds behind him. And so if you link up two horses and yoke them together, you'd think, oh, two horses would be able to pull 400 pounds, right? If one can do 200. But no, they have found that when you link two horses together and they are yoked together, they can pull more than they could pull separately, and not just equal like the 400. They can pull like sometimes almost twice as much, 600, 800 pounds if the two are linked together. When you're working together in unison with someone, then completely, when you're working together in unison with someone, then it will always be easier. It will be lighter. So God talks about, my burden is easy and my yoke is light. So it makes it easier on us. Don't try to go through life by yourself, right? Don't try to figure everything out. Elijah, what are we fussing about? Okay, hold that thought. I'm gonna help Elijah. Okay. Okay, guys, I am back. Little bit of an interruption there. Does that make sense? Do you guys understand where I'm going with that? You're never alone. You're never alone in this life. Even if you've never had a relationship with God, or you think God won't like me, or I've done too much, or people point fingers at me, they tell me I'm not this or whatever, that doesn't matter to God. It doesn't. He created you, he loves you, and he wants a relationship with you. Steph says a problem shared is a problem halved. Yeah, and we can't be afraid to share what we're going through with people. People, it's good to have a shoulder to lean on, a shoulder to cry on, someone to talk to, someone to talk things through. And good point. So, and that's going right along with the yoke, right? The yoke lessens it, it lightens it. Oh, thank you, Nicola. I know, he's just a little fight. These kids are feisty. Remember when they used to be quiet and didn't used to interrupt me? Now I think they just want to be part of the action. But yeah, back when I didn't realize that I was loved, when I didn't realize God loved me, I was a mess. I was depressed. I was sad. I was always in guilt. I'm working on a book and a course. Well, it'll probably be a course first. I'm working on a course called You Are Loved, because so many people think that they're not. They think they have to meet this impossible standard, this impossible criteria, that they have to be perfect in all these ways before they're worthy of being loved, before God will love them, and all of that. Haley, I'm hoping my You Are Worthy book will come out in January. I had some technical difficulties. I had some things I wanted to add to make it look cooler. Christina says, my feelings when something falls on the floor like my gum or something, I'm disgusted to pick it up. Grab a paper towel then. Don't pick it up with your fingers. Grab a napkin or paper towel, pick it up with that, and then you can throw it away. There's always solutions, right? Steph says, I don't have many friends, and I appreciate you being here, Catherine, all the lovely people I've met here. And I hope you guys find some good friends, some community, some, people that will enrich your life. Anybody who's, and I wish everybody in the Catherine Orland community was like lovely and friends, but you guys see sometimes we get trolls on here. Sometimes we get people that just want to cause a ruckus, that just want to, go on some weird tangent about drinking wine or wearing bras. I don't know. Sometimes people will just come on and just mess with us. So, that's just part of life, right? People are going to mess with you, and you just move on and do what you're supposed to do and ignore it. Recently, I've been writing quotes inspired by you and Jovanna. Is that why you tagged me in that one this morning? Was that inspired? Oh, it was probably inspired by the boundaries thing. Was that last week or the week before we talked about boundaries? Oh, thank you, Steph. You guys are awesome. You need to love yourself before others start to love you. Elena, that is so true. That is so true. I remember when I did not have friends and I had such low self-esteem. I always kept to myself. I didn't talk to people because I just assumed that nobody would like me. So I just kept closed off. I didn't reach out to talk to anyone. And I remember a gal from church, Jennifer, I remember complaining to her one day that I didn't have friends. And what she told me, it kind of stung a little at the time. I was a little offended at the time. But she said, and she quoted the scripture from the Bible that said, if you want to have friends, you have to first show yourself friendly. And I was like, ooh, ouch. So I'm not friendly. I'm not showing myself as friendly. But in hindsight, she was right. I, kind of like that defense mechanism where you push people away because you're afraid if they get too close, they'll hurt you or they'll leave you or they'll see that you're all messed up. You guys have gone through my You Are Worthy course where I talk about this. It'll be in the book too. Where I talk about, I had a relationship with God, and, He's called the light of the world. And I should have been shining so bright that it covered my flaws. But I was afraid if people got too close, they would be able to see how messed up I was, how I didn't have it all together like I was pretending, that they would see all my flaws, and that they wouldn't want to have anything to do with me. So I kept my windows closed. I kept my blinds closed. I didn't let anyone look in, right? The eyes are the window to the soul. I didn't let anyone get close enough to look into my eyes, to have any kind of connection with me, because I thought they would just reject me. So fearful of rejection. And we don't have to be, right? We all have issues. Nobody's perfect. I mean, the richest, most famous, most beautiful celebrities in the world, they got problems. Some of them have more problems than us. Believe it. Believe it. Good looks, money, fame, that doesn't solve any problems. A lot of times it just adds more problems, more expensive problems, because now you're paying lawyers, you're paying PR people, and you're paying people to manage your life, and you're paying bodyguards, and you're paying for ridiculous things. I remember hearing Nick Cannon talk about when he was married to Mariah Carey, how she couldn't even leave the house without spending $100,000, or $100,000 is spent before she even leaves the house, because of the paparazzi, the celeb. She has to have like the hair and makeup team come over and do her hair and makeup and do, you know, she couldn't leave the house without bodyguards, without a driver, without like all this expenses. You can't even leave the house without paying $100,000. That's crazy. That's crazy. And good morning, Karen. Even the thought to think that what kind of money would you have to have where $100,000 was just like, oh, that's just what I spend each day. That's crazy, right? It's like, whoa. You know, when you think of the abundance and the wealth that there is out in the world, you know, we don't have to have poverty mentality. We don't have to be in this mindset. We're just eking by. We're just getting by. And it's like, how are we going to do it? You know, we're living from paycheck to Prozac. And like, it's never enough. It's never enough. There's enough. There's enough for everybody. There's abundance out there, and we never have to be upset at the rich people. You know, it seems the way media and movies, it seems like they make people with wealth villains, or they make business people villains. And I'm reading this book right now called Thou Shalt Prosper. It's by some rabbi, and he's talking about the way, why do typically the Jewish people have more wealth than anybody else? And it's going through the steps and the process and why. And, you know, it's talking about how business people are so vilified, and people feel like, oh, down with big business. And it's like, suddenly, if you're a mom and pop shop, good. But suddenly, if you expand and you open more stores and you hire more people, suddenly you become evil. And that's not always the case. Yes, there's evil business people, but there's evil house painters. There's evil dog walkers. There's evil swim instructor. There's evil in everything. So I think we have to stop vilifying people like, suddenly if we see someone become successful, suddenly they're now evil and they don't care about people, right? And that's got to stop, right? Oh, Angela, thank you for the gift. Okay, let me go back and see some of the things that I missed. Okay, it's important to be careful who we become close with. It's sad that sometimes the people who get close to us can hurt us the most. For sure, that does happen. Okay, let's see. International English Club says, you know what? International English Club, can you just respond to them and just say, please don't message me anymore? All right, so I'm glad you guys are showing support to Steph. That's wonderful. Oh, thank you, Macy. Macy Skinner says, I love you, and Dhar Mann, you're a great actor. Christina says, I have friends that laughed at me. They say things, and I see them sometimes, and they reject me and ignore me. I wouldn't say they're friends. Maybe you wanted them to be friends. Maybe they were friends at one time. But true friends are not going to be laughing at you, rejecting you, ignoring, or making fun of you, whatever they're doing. I would move on. I don't know what's going on with them, but I would find... Oh, Derek, thank you. Yeah, my friend just texted me last night and let me know that I didn't know what it was, but I saw some urgent prayer requests for our mutual friend Mel Novak. Oh my gosh, and he's been on my mind this week, so wow. Okay, good morning, everyone. I'm saying good morning again. We're like halfway through. Okay, so sometimes I don't always read my comments when I'm talking or teaching, but sometimes I try to go back and find them. Elena's saying beauty skin deep. You know, there was a Dorothy Parker quote that's in my book. Dorothy Parker was this comedic poet and writer. I don't know if she was in the 1900s, but she had a quote about, beauty's only skin deep, but ugly goes clean to the bone. She always had these jabs. Crazy. Okay, let's see. I understand she's really down to earth. Okay, International English Club. Please tell your, yeah, okay, I already answered that. Okay, so, yeah, if somebody's inboxing you, just tell them, and you don't want them to, just tell them not to or block them. I can't be around and be everybody's babysitter, and I can't control what other people are doing, even if they are linked to me or not linked. Like, you see, I can barely control what my kids are doing. So, someone who doesn't even live with me, or who, like, you know what I'm saying? It's people are gonna be people, and if you don't like what something somebody is doing, you have to tell them. Okay. Angela's at work today. She just popped in for a minute. Jordan Mahoney is saying, Catherine, did you play the ma'am in the Dhar Mann recently with the two mothers that can't get along? Yes, I was in that. Yeah, I was in that one. That was last night. Was that last night? Or the night before? It was 2 nights ago, I think that. Alexa wants to know, how is it working at Dhar Mann Studios? Is it a good experience? It's really good. If you know, sometimes people go there and they've only worked on a couple sets and they don't know how good it is. But I've worked on 150 other productions before I went to Dhar Mann, and let me tell you, it's in my top 5 of all my experiences. Maybe even the top 3. I'll say top 5 just to be sure. But also in my top 3 are the Mass Mutual commercial I did with Timothy, and the recent Christmas movie I did. I'm told it's going to be in theaters in December, so I will let you guys know. It's called Bringing Back Christmas. Bringing Back Christmas. Let's see. Nicholas says, have you been to Shaunte or Jovanna's house? No, not yet. Jovanna's supposed to have a dinner soon. She's going to invite me to. And it's just easier for them to come to me since I have 2 kids. And if I brought my kids to their house and there's nothing for them to do and no games and toys, because Shaunte's kids are all grown up and Jovanna doesn't have any yet, there wouldn't really be much for them to do. Although Jovanna does have a bunny. That might be fun for the kids to play with. Yes, it was the in-laws ruined Thanksgiving. The person who played the mother in that video was excellent. There was 2 mothers. So are you talking about the mother of the husband or the mother about the wife? All right, Steph, take care. Get some rest. Good lesson. Thank you, Catherine. Oh, awesome. Thank you, Clover Cow. Alexa says, what if someone who has always loved you and enjoyed hearing from you all of a sudden tells you to stop reaching out? If that happens, I would ask, I would just give them the space. We don't know what somebody is going through. You know, if you feel comfortable asking them, you know, I'm really surprised that you're telling me not to reach out. I thought we had a good relationship. I thought, you know, I'm just so taken aback right now that you don't want me to reach out to you anymore. Can I ask why? But honestly, where I'm at in this point in my life, I would just not reach out. Life is too short to be chasing people down who don't want to be in our lives. If they don't recognize what you bring, and they don't recognize that you add to the relationship, they don't see your kindness, your love, your greatness, how you add value, I would walk away. You know what? There's 7 billion people on this planet. There's going to be people who jive with you and people who don't. There's going to be people you connect with and people you don't. And sometimes we part ways. Sometimes it's a slow back away. You know, the people that I was friends with, there's people that I was friends with for 10 years that I'm not friends with anymore. You know, for whatever reason. They're going through something. They want to be left alone. That, you know, whatever it is, never feel bad about that. It doesn't necessarily even mean you did anything. So you could try reaching out and asking why, but I kind of wouldn't. it really depends, honestly. You're probably going to have to pray about that. If God tells you to reach out and ask why, then do it. But be prepared to maybe get your heart broken. Be prepared for them to say some mean things. And if you don't want to go down that road where, they're accusing you of stuff, or they're pointing fingers, or they're blaming you for stuff, it might just be easier to say, okay, well, I guess maybe when they're in a better point in their life, then maybe we'll get together again. Maybe we'll come back. Sometimes there's like a division. I had a close friend that decided just like 2 years ago that she didn't want to be my friend anymore. And I was devastated. I was crying for days because I don't know, I just felt such affinity towards her. But sometimes if someone's going through something and the devil's whispering in their ear and they're listening and they're pointing, certain things that she accused me of, I was like, that's not who I am. Like, where, that they're listening to the devil, right? Like, I was doing a lot of things to bless her and help her in her life and in all different ways, and praying for her. And she even took like one of my prayers out of context. Like, speaking of Mel Novak, he's got this prayer called the Arsenal Prayer. Derek was just talking about him. And it's a great prayer, and it helps, protect you. It covers like all different areas and different attacks that come against you. I would encourage you to go to melnovak.com and look for the Arsenal Prayer and print it out and pray it. And that's one of the things I did. I was praying it over her, and there's this one section of the poem that's like cutting off like generational curses. And the way the prayer is written, I'm just reading the prayer, and it's saying, and we're cutting off generational curses back 7 generations. And there's something about the number 7, but somehow she took even me praying for her, a prayer I didn't even write, out of context, and made it mean that I wanted her to be in slavery. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And she's a black woman, and I really loved her, and I thought we were close. But she took that to mean, because apparently slavery was more than 7 generations back, and I was only trying to break off her generational curses from only 7 years back, then she thought that meant I wanted to keep her in slavery. And I was like, what? How did you get that from me, like, reading this prayer over us? And sometimes it's the craziest reason why somebody doesn't want to be your friend, and you're like, what? Never in my family line never owned slaves, and like, we're friends, and like, we've done all this stuff together, and we're like, I just was like so in shock that someone could take me like reading a prayer over them to mean that I want them to be enslaved. I don't even know if I'm explaining it right, because I was so flabbergasted that someone could think that. So you never know what someone is going through, and if what they're going through, they're taking out on you, or they're making it mean something else because of what they've been through, right? And she had gotten out of a situation where she was trapped, and she was in a bad relationship, and her husband wouldn't even let her leave the house, or she couldn't even choose what clothes to wear or what food to eat. She only had to do what he said. So, that could have played it, whatever it is. You don't know what someone's going through when they suddenly don't want to be friends with you. Like, I cared, and I was like trying to humble myself and ask, what did I do wrong? I don't understand why you don't want to be friends. And so that's why I'm saying, sometimes you don't want the answer, or sometimes the answer doesn't make sense. Whatever it is, you're like, I don't know. What can I have done differently? When I see someone going through something and they're struggling, and I found a prayer that helped me a lot in life, and I think I'm doing someone a blessing by let's read this prayer together, and then suddenly they want to cut off our relationship. I mean, what can I say? What can I say about that? What can you do? So it's like, do you even want to know? I don't know. Maybe it's okay to ask, maybe it's not, but sometimes even the answer doesn't make sense. So what are you going to do with it if the answer doesn't make sense? Right? Okay, so Alexa, I hope that answered your question. Okay, we've got Josh. Hi, Josh is at Wowakes. Hope you're well. Oh yeah, a lot of people want to be on Dhar Mann. Oh yeah, you didn't know Shaunte was a mother in real life? Yes, she's got 3 grown-up boys. A house with no toys is definitely no fun for kids. Yeah, I don't, yeah. Okay, so I meant the character that you played in the video, Catherine. You were excellent as per usual. I don't know how you do it. Oh, thank you, Jordan. You're very kind. Okay, Clover Cow says, who was that really pretty girl in your most recent story? She looked familiar, but I'm not sure. Was she from Dhar Mann? I don't even remember what I posted in my story. I'm sorry. Maybe you could describe her to me. I just post things and then I don't think of it anymore. Oh, Jordan says, in fact, was that the video you did with Jose? Because I knew that you and him were working on something because I seen your questions on the live stream there. No, in that video with the Thanksgiving video with the grandmas, that was with Chris Reddy. Yeah, I think I've only worked with Jose once, and it was last year. Oh, okay. Nicola's saying, that was me too. At university, I was kicked out of a friendship group I used to join. They wouldn't let me now, and seeing them together triggers me. Please don't let it trigger you. You're just going to be miserable. You know, you have to look at things like, well, it's their loss. I know I'm a good friend. I know I add a lot of value to relationships and friendships. If somebody doesn't see that, or if they want to take something I did out of context to make it mean something then it really meant something bad, you guys, this is just part of life. Not everybody's going to like you. It's a sad fact. Not everybody's going to want to be your friend. Some people will, sometimes people are also jealous of you and you don't know. Sometimes your aliveness makes their deadness more apparent. Sometimes you're doing stuff and they're feeling bad or they're feeling jealous. Or sometimes, if you don't want to drink and your friends want to party all the time, suddenly they ostracize you because they're like, oh, she's a goody-goody, or she doesn't want to smoke or drink, so we're not going to hang out with her. It can be for silly things like that. It's not even necessarily something you did wrong, but, maybe I grew up with people who like to hunt. They probably don't want to be friends with me anymore because I'm vegan. I'm certainly not going to go hunting, right? I'm not going to go kill some animals. So, I'm not hating on them. I'm not judging them, but that's not an activity I would participate in, right? There's sometimes, friends that I grew up with go to bars, get drunk. And I remember going back a few years ago to visit some of my friends, and we're having dinner and they're reminiscing about going to all these bars and getting drunk. And I was like, what was that like when we were in our 20s? What were you guys saying? And they were like, no, that was last week. And I was like, you're still, you guys have kids and you're still going out to bars and getting drunk? For me, I didn't get it. I was like, oh, that's still something you do, and it's just not for me anymore, right? I did that, when I was 21. I would go to bars and get drunk, and I don't recommend it. And I would recommend that you guys never touch a sip of alcohol because it's not good. It doesn't make you feel good. It makes you off kilter. You get poor judgment. We won't go down that road either. I talk about that in my book too. Briefly. And my online course, You Are Worthy. Okay, I've been there. Guys, I've been through a lot of the things that you have been through. Okay, let's see. Okay, Lizzie, have a great Sunday. So do you guys have some questions for me? Let's see. Oh, Christina wants to open a pizzeria. That's cool. What got you interested in pizza? VS wants to know what I like about Medulica. She's a fun girl. I like her. She's got an interesting sense of humor. It's kind of like a bit sarcastic and a bit fun. She just does her roles so well. Okay. Game Excel says, are you from Dhar Mann? Yes, I am. What is your favorite Dhar Mann video you were in? You guys know I made Game Excel. Go check out my video here on YouTube called My 8 Favorite Dhar Mann Videos I'm in. I've been in 150, so 8's not that much. I think I should probably do a part 2. Do you guys think I should do a part 2 of the favorite Dhar Mann videos I've been in? Would you watch that? Would that be worth me taking the time to make? Because I think the first 8 I chose were only from like the first year and a half. And then I've shot so many the last 2.5 years since then. Ava says, one of my favorite Dhar Mann videos you were in is the one where you were shaming a single mom. That was one of my favorite videos. Was that the one with Ricky where it was like on a ball field? Oh, thank you, Tristan. Tristan says your eyes are so pretty. Nicola, are fans allowed to take part in 3 Qs with Kat? Right now, I'm not doing it with fans. Right now, I'm just doing it with people from Dhar Mann. I did do it once, a question with a casting director. That, yeah, with a casting director, but I haven't put that one out. I'm like, I don't know if I should now because she's not part of the Dhar Mann tribe. We'll see if I put that out. Maybe I will. Okay. Angela, Aunt Lena's asking about Angela. She's at work today, so she couldn't be here. I think she popped on for a second on her break. Okay. Let's see. Okay, let's see. What was the first Dhar Mann video you were in? Alexa's asking. The first Dhar Mann video I was in is, let's see. Was the one with Carl and Vin and Vin? Carl and Vin and Mare. That's when I wouldn't let Carl in the elevator. Okay, you guys, let's all love each other. Even if we don't agree with each other, let's all love each other. Elena and Angela and everyone. Yeah, we don't always agree with how we do things, how we make choices, how we moderate, how we do whatever. But let's not be sensitive and let's not point fingers, or let's, do that privately. I would love everybody to get along, but I guess it's not going to happen in the world. Okay, let's see. Chuck E. Cheese makes it my dream. You want to open like a Chuck E. Cheese, or you want, like similar to Chuck E. Cheese? Oh, that would be interesting. Let's see. Jordan says, I still can't get over the video you did where it was a series all about boxing. Actually, it was wrestling. In my opinion, you were very muscly. I was definitely in much better shape when I was working on that wrestling show. That's for sure. Yes, I have met her. I don't know how to say her name. I met her in the dressing room or in the makeup room. We were both doing our makeup. I don't think I've ever worked with her, but I did get a chance to meet her. Yes, I did do the 3 Qs with Ricky, and that was when she still worked there. When she still worked at Dhar Mann, I did 3 Qs with her. I don't always put them out right away. As you probably noticed my videos, sometimes I get like really inspired and I shoot a whole bunch of videos at once, but because I'm only putting them out 3 times a week, sometimes you don't see them for a few months. So some of the stuff you see come out, I've shot maybe a few months ago or a year ago, and they're just finally coming out, which is good. It's good to have lots of extra shot, because if I ever, you know, go abroad traveling, or I'm out sick, or I'm just busy with other things, it's nice to have a bunch piled up that I can put out. Okay, my favorite video was Problematic Child Can't Get Adopted with Banks Pierce. Do you know him? I don't think I know him yet. I don't think I've met. Okay, let's see. Catherine, your story. The girl I'm talking about is when you were talking about cold weather or winter or something. Oh, that beautiful girl. That beautiful girl you're talking about is Brittany. She's on here sometimes. She might even be on here right now. And I'm sure she'll be very pleased to want to know that you think she's beautiful. I think she is too. Yeah. Chime in, Brittany, if you're on here. Someone thinks you're beautiful. Alexa says the Dhar Mann videos have changed so much since 2018. Do you like it? Do you like the videos? Are they better? Are they improving? Yeah, let's see. What was your very first Dhar Mann role you did? Oh, I just mentioned that. Okay, who are some of the actors you would love to work with? Do you mean just like actors in Hollywood? Do you mean outside of Dhar Mann? The video, oh yeah, the video where you were a rich Karen to a poor mother on Christmas. Yeah, that was a good one. Let's see. Okay, so I think have I covered all the questions? Did I answer them all? You'll have to let me know. Was there anything you've been dying to ask me that, like last week, almost every week I run out of time before I can get to all the questions, but I feel like I've gotten to all of them today. Oh, in Hollywood, who would I want to work with in Hollywood? I like the actor David Morris. You know, I would like to work with Shia LaBeouf. Do you know who he is? I would like to act with, gosh, why am I blanking on her name? She was Cher's best friend in the movie Clueless. Not Brittany Murphy, but the African-American girl. I would love to work with her. I think she's a great actor. Oh, Stacey Dash. Stacey Dash is her name. I wouldn't mind working with George Clooney. Charlize Theron. I would love to work with her. There's so many great actors. I like Cuba Gooding Jr. I think he would be fun to act with. How about you guys? Who are some of your favorite actors? Nicholas says, expand your lives to an hour and a half. Who would sit around for that long? That's cuckoo. That's cuckoo bears, as I say to my kids. That's cuckoo bears. I love the latest Dhar Mann video you did featuring the mothers. Yes, going to church, getting the boys ready for church. I know. There's Rob's still sleeping, so I always have to get the boys ready for church. Sometimes I wake him up before the live stream, but he's kind of one of those, he's more of a night person, so he's kind of grumpy in the mornings. I'm grumpy at night, and Rob's grumpy in the mornings. Okay, Catherine Arlen, I had a dream from years ago, it was a long time ago. I was getting up from bed, and I saw you guys from the Dhar Mann actors standing on the street in a parade. Yes! Brittany just chimed in. So you guys who thought who's that beautiful girl in your stories? Was that you, Alexa? I'm trying to remember. No, it was somebody whose name started with a C. Clover Cow. Clover Cow, Brittany's on. She just chimed in. You can follow her on social media. I don't know. I don't know. Can I say that? I don't know if Brittany wants me to give out any information on her. I don't know how this works. I don't know what people like, what they don't like, if they want strangers following them. But a stranger's just a friend you haven't met, right? Somebody said that quote once. A stranger's just a friend you haven't met yet. So let's see. I have a dream of becoming an actor on Dhar Mann. It has to be myself that's visually impaired so I can create representation for the blind community and the visually impaired community. Yeah, I know. I don't know if they've ever done one with a visually impaired person. I know we've done 3 videos with deaf people, and we've done a couple videos of like someone who was missing a limb, and we've done several videos on autistic people, so why not, right? Oh, thank you, Jacqueline. She says, oh, Nicholas says, hey, Brittany, I loved your story with Catherine. Sending some sunshine. Oh, yeah, I miss Shaylin. I liked Shaylin. Yeah, Shaylin's a good dude. Elena wishes to see him back again. Let's see. Elena says, everyone is beautiful in their minds and hearts. Donald Jeffrey says, you're in my top 3 along with Elizabeth Shue and Helen Mirren. Wow. That's some pretty big heavyweight, great famous actors you got me in the category with. That's really sweet. Okay, guys. It is time to go. Enjoy your Sunday. I hope to see you guys next week. I have a video coming out tomorrow on stuttering. And if you guys haven't, I downloaded my free book. I have a book one of my books that I'm allowing you guys to download for free. And you can go to poeticprescriptions.com. It's poeticprescriptions.com/free book. And this one is available. This Poetic Prescriptions for Pesky Problems is available on Amazon. I have 3 books available on Amazon right now, and hopefully in January I will have 4. All right, guys, take care. Have a great week. Bye.